Hello, oh my god, it has been ages. We have a lot of catching up to do, and I'll be sharing some life updates in this vlog. Fair warning though, if you are expecting a very fancy or artistic video about journal setups, this is not the vlog for you. This is me recording my work in progress. It's a sort of messy kind of video, that's why the title is Watch Me Struggle. This year, I have been making reels at work and I ended up enjoying making them on my personal social media account because it feels like a video diary of some sorts. And it's always fun to kind of look back at them and see memories that are like moving. So for 2023, part of my new year goal is to get back on YouTube because I miss talking to you guys. I also miss making videos, especially since real life work has become really hectic. And when it comes to making haiku stories, I'm not really sure when I can start again because I want to upload about how I make stickers and all about my journal stuff. I also want to have a feel first of how busy it will be so I don't end up overwhelming myself. Also, I had another breakup. Yes, again, but more of that later. So fair warning again, this video contains a breakup story, but nothing too heavy. I can say I'm okay now, sort of. So let's go ahead and start. Just a brief background, I started journaling January 2019. This here are my 2022 journals. I am very loyal to Limelight. It's a really affordable notebook and I always end up using two in a year, each for each half of the year. This is my drawing. I'm a fan of kSVYZ. They're esport players, Mobile Legends specifically. They're separately known as Venus and Wise. This sticker is from their shop. So this year, I'm shifting to a different notebook. You can see the edges are so frayed. You can really tell that these notebooks are really being used a lot. They're connected to my intestines at this point. It's so battered, like me in 2022. Also, the spine ends up being so frayed too that I have to put a tape on it. So if something doesn't work and you know you have to move on to something better, you have to. So here is a sneak peek of how the spine looks. That's why I have to put a tape on it. So here's a quick flip through of what's inside of my journal, how it looks like. I accidentally showed my contact details, so I'll have to blur that out. That quote there is from my boss actually, as my future love. This my January spread, my February spread, and the rest of the months. So I have a different color theme each month, which I'm also gonna apply on my 2023 journal. So I traveled on that month. Here is the second half. Very nice cover. I wrote that down. That's my yearly log. So I normally do my spreads, and that is my last spread for the year 2022. Ta-da! This is the notebook that I have switched to. It is quite pricey, but I worked hard this year, so I think I deserve this. It's from Arthur and Olive, but I bought it online at Shopee at Skin and Scribbles. So it comes with two matte sticker sheets, but I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to use these given they're with one color scheme for all of the months. But main thing I decided to go for this one is that I'm aiming for convenience this year. So this is my first time having just one notebook for the whole year. It will save me the time not having to make a new setup during the other half of the year. This journal, by the way, is a collab with Elizabeth Gray and Arthur and Olive. So here is a look at the very beautiful outer pages of the book. And it has blank pages, which is good for when you want to make monthly covers. And this part is my favorite part. It saves me so much time than me having to make the calendar layout by myself. I can still be creative, but such a time saver if I'm in a rush. So there's a note part, which I always have. on my old journals. And same goes for the weekly. It has a layout already, so it's really convenient if you're on the go. And now this is me creating my 2023 cover page. I designed this 2023 sticker, by the way. It's available at my shop for all late or last minute planners out there. As I mentioned, this is me recording my work in progress. This is the first time I'm recording this kind of content for vlogs, so it's still a learning process for me. With this, I'm learning what's working and what's not. So for this one, it has a really bad camera angle and my head is sort of shadowing the page. So I'm taking note of that for the next vlog. And I definitely need to invest in proper lighting too. My 2023 quote is a line from the song Mirror Ball by Taylor Swift. And yes, I am affirming I am indeed a Swiftie. I am such a fan. This quote just resonates to me so well because despite what has happened to me this year, I am definitely still a believer, and yeah, I don't know why. Also, quick disclaimer, I am not the best at calligraphy. I also noted that in my goals that I'm going to actively learn calligraphy in 2023, and I'll be recording my progress on that as well. Also, the stuff I'm using here, I used them for the first time too. My niece wanted art stuff for Christmas this year, so I ordered her a bag of markers, and I kind of got jealous, so I ordered myself a bag too. So this part here is me thinking that these markers won't bleed. They actually do. I'll show you later on. So I'm just also sort of winging the calligraphy in this one, but we'll learn. Now I'm erasing the outlines I made with my mechanical pencil. I also realized belatedly that I gave out my eraser to my nieces, so I need to get a new eraser too. This part is me thinking that the ink would blend same as the Tombow brushes. It doesn't. Now that is me trying out the Sakura White Gel Pen I got from Art Bar. This one didn't also go so well. So I really need to work on my camera angles. Gonna need to watch more videos and how other vloggers do it, but I think I need to invest in a tripod too. I'm adding in some sparkly doodles so it doesn't feel empty. These are just random liquid. I'm just alternating the sparkles now. It's a form of a star. And now I'm doing the sparkly dots, or the sparkly freckles. And then I think the top part was quite empty too, so I'm gonna add some random doodles as well over there. This was not totally planned out. I just also kind of sort of seen this design on Pinterest and decided to copy it, but with my own color scheme. One main thing I went for this journal is the thickness of the pages. It's 165 GSM, and it said it could even do watercolor with these pages, but it bled through, and some even got on the other page. But it's probably also due to the markers I bought, they bleed too much. And so now I'm covering it with a piece of paper because I want to make use of all the pages, because there's only a few before each of the month. So it would be a waste to kind of tape the pages together. So I'm just covering it up instead. So this is one of the yearly setups that are so useful to me, the year at a glance. So as I've mentioned before, I have been journaling since 2019, so I kind of know already which trackers work for me and which don't. This one is very useful for me. So this is where I record all of the birthdays of my friends and relatives and other very important dates that needs remembering throughout the year. So this is me taping in the mini calendars that I drew. I was planning to sell them for 2023, but I got so busy for December that I finished them too late. Also printed them wrongly on a photo paper instead of a sticker paper, so that's why I'm taping them. I will drop a link below of a printable version of these so you can print them and use them if you want to start a journal. So since I did it too late, I'll just give it as a gift for you guys. For my January spread, I hate to disappoint you if you wanted to see something artistic, but this is me being lazy. I kind of felt off as well when I did the calligraphy and it bled through, so I opted to do some stickers for this one. And I'm gonna use stamps for the dates to have a cleaner look. So this one, I just found the image in Pinterest, edited the background, and made a sticker. I'll attach a downloadable version of this below if you are interested in printing it out for your journals and notebooks. On the blank side of the page, I'm going to attach pictures as highlights of my month, which will be fun to look at. Also, in this video, I am purposely showing it in real time so I can chat more with you guys, so it's storytelling time. So, as a background, there's this guy I have been friends with for a few years now. We met online, and on May this year, my other online friends, we all decided to meet up and go for a vacation trip. For those who don't know, I am from the Philippines. My guy friend is from the US. We also have another friend who's also from the US. Both of them flew in to the Philippines, and all of the rest are from different parts of the Philippines. So we all met up, went on a trip to Boracay, and yes, the two of us ended up catching feelings during the trip. And wasn't just a wham moment, by the way. Dude stayed here for like 3 weeks. So we were together for the whole 3 weeks. Right after he got back, we could not stop talking anymore, and at that point, I was really sure I liked him. He's also very sweet, and he's generally nice, so I didn't want to put meaning to it. My friends were telling me I was just being dense. So if you have watched my Chucky XYN series, YN's main character trait was actually modeled after me because my friends keep on saying that I'm dense. So I ended up confronting him, asking if he was like this to everyone else, and he said he is nice to everyone, but with how he is with me, he wasn't like that to anyone else. And I just jumped the gun and said, okay, because I think I like you. I'm really the no BS kind of person. I'm also the type to be like, let's get this over and done with, so if you don't feel the same way, I could go ahead and move on. But he replied, I think I like you too. So that memory still makes me smile. So we agreed to date. Everything was going smoothly. Well, at least for me, it felt like it did. We agreed to meet again next year, and then if I could save enough, I could visit him at the US in the future, hopefully if my visa gets approved though. But then after 5 months of dating, he just pops to me saying he had some thinking about the future. So he said he still wasn't sure what he wanted to do in life, and he didn't want me to wait. Before you judge him, I am actually 5 years older than him. And that's why he said those things. and that he still needs to figure out stuff. And of course I argued, do you need to figure out those stuff without me? And he said, there's also a lot of stuff due to the long distance. He said we both had financial obligations. He doesn't know when he'd be able to move out. He has a car he has to finish paying for years. And what if we couldn't meet because we'd be financially challenged and we'll only meet like once or twice a year, maybe just even once a year. And he said he could do long distance, but he said, but how long will we be long distance? And he wasn't sure if that's what he really wanted, and that was just heartbreaking. I could argue with the figuring out, but if it was a matter of if he still want this or not, I could not argue with that. So I agreed to breaking up. So for me, if it's a question of whether he wants you or not, if it's not a clear yes, then it's a no. So for me, I would take having to meet him just once or twice a year if I could meet him, than to not meet him at all. But that's me. I loved him enough to respect what he wanted, and I love myself enough to acknowledge that he did not want me with the same level of want that I had for him. Yeah, so I had to close the book on that one, even though I still love him. But yeah, this is also why I'm not sure if I could write love stories at this point in time. I am positive that there is a possibility in the future I could meet someone with the same energy that I can give, but I'm also so scared of feeling this kind of hurt again. So I want to heal first. Our hearts have different timers, so we'll see what the future has in store for us. So on a side note, the sabs I'm putting on my calendar, I'm planning to sell them, but I'm gonna work on them in a separate video. This one was done very badly. The machine cut is bad, but I did 3 tries and I fixed them. I'm gonna show them in a separate video so you can see the struggles of a sticker shop owner too. But my monthly setup is really simple. So note side, I just put like the codes for birthdays, events. I usually just have a colored highlighter dot for each of them, and then I also have a separate section below the notes wherein what I plan to buy this month. Now that we're done, here is a flip through of my 2023 journal design or spread. So for the cover page, I actually added designs around the corner to fill in the empty space. This year at a glance is how it looks with all of the dates on it. I also added a 2023 goal section and highlights area that was so lazily done. But those are my goals. I have spaces underneath each, so I could note when I achieved the goal or what I did in order to achieve the goal. So this is my January cover. Space on the left again is for the pictures. My January calendar, this is how it looked like. So you can see the dots over there and the notes. And then my first weekly spread, which I actually have to fix because I noticed I did the stamp of the dates wrong. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, even with the very noisy roosters in the background. So see you on the next one. Have a happy new year, guys.